Welcome back to another NoName podcast episode. Today, guest star Abdi Yusuf with host Johnny Tran and Kevin Tran. Today, we're talking about a variety of topics. List them off, Johnny.
Starting off with the death penalty. Then we gon' swing around and legalize them drugs. It's porn.
I wish.
I said porn. Cheating. Lastly, we gon' talk about them.
Yeah.
All them ghosts. All them bitches real.
Real.
Ooh. Wait,
Yeah.
that's a motherfucking owl. Are they real? Welcome to the No Name Podcast, everybody. Thank you for listening or watching. Yes, we're about to get into all those topics today, starting with the death penalty.
Ooh, this is
Sir.
a very
Yes, sir.
interesting one. Kevin, I want before we get in, I want to know your perspective. What do you think about that?
So my perspective of it is that I'm not really too passionate about I'm not in favor for having it there or gone. I'm just more of indifferent, meaning
All right.
I don't really care if it's there. You know, if someone gets sentenced to death, I don't care.
Okay.
Because
you don't care.
and I don't care. You know, like if it's there, cool. If it's gone, cool. You know.
Cold blooded.
Nah, man.
Okay, Abdi, I sense a lot of tension here.
No,
You're really trying to change our minds,
No,
or
because, like,
sway us one way or
because,
another.
okay.
And I'm here for it.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
I think morally, it makes no sense. Economically, it makes no sense. And yeah, that's the two main reasons why I think that the death penalty should 100% be abolished. And I'll give you the first one, morally.
Okay.
If a person commits like a murder, okay, let's say Kevin one day got really mad at you and he fucking like stabbed you in the neck and killed you,
Oh.
and he went to prison.
Yeah. All right.
And does Kevin deserve to die for that?
No.
I mean, you have an emotional connection to Kevin, but like it just makes no sense. If someone commits murder, you murder them, like that doesn't.
Okay. Does the amount of people they kill make a difference?
No.
So if it's like a
Mass murder. Okay.
So like Adolf Hitler, did he deserve to die?
I'm talking about the death penalty.
Okay.
And I'm talking about
Okay. Let's stay on topic.
I'm talking about like
My bad.
because now I'm actually considering maybe, yeah, but I'm talking about in instances where it's like if they're 100% obvious, like yeah, they're fucking brutal, fucking authoritarian fascists like Adolf Hitler, and he's proven, to killing millions of Jews, and obviously like the world is better off without him, right? But from on day-to-day like level shit in America, people that are on death row, I found a statistic where it was like from the National Institute of Health that 4% of all people on death row are either innocent right now or are then later after they die found to be exonerated from that crime. So
Okay.
4% of all people that die from the death penalty are innocent.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to punishment, like in like Indonesia, if you like commit adultery, you get like lashes on the back or some shit. You get like public humiliation. Or in the U.S., you get locked in the cage for the rest of your life. But the ultimate punishment is death. Like there's nothing that surpasses that. You can get punched in the face, but tomorrow you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
You can get locked in a cage for 25 years, but after that you're good. But from the death penalty, it's so final that like you have to have the most harshest criteria for it to, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So my question is like, for the people who actually like are killing people, like yes, you brought up the fact that 4% are innocent when like afterwards. Like for the people that actually kill people.
But I'm just talking about like, I'm sorry, I'm getting adversarial with you right now.
No,
but like,
I'm not trying to defend one side or the other, but I'm just trying to say like, for the people, like what do we do with them? Life in prison?
And yeah, and that's what I'm talking to you. From the economic standpoint, life in prison is actually cheaper. Whether you guys believe it or not, it actually is cheaper than actually killing someone, because the process of going through the trials and the legal administration bullshit of them getting into death row in the first place, and then all that other bullshit like the chemicals getting them injected and having them be in death row and all that bullshit, it is way more expensive for them to actually get killed. As in if they just had life in prison. So morally it makes no sense. True. And economically it makes no sense.
Yeah, life in prison costs a lot though too.
But it costs way less than actually going through that. And I'm not acting like I'm some grand wizard. Like actually try to fact check me, but I'm being dead serious. Like it's cheaper.
But what makes the death penalty so expensive?
I think it was like the trials and bullshit.
Like making people actually sit through like your trial and like I mean like they're really because they're they're lawyers, a bunch of lawyers and a bunch of like important people, and they need to be paid for their time. And they get paid a lot.
They're in their whole subset division in prison. Like you're in death row. You're not in. You're in death. You're in your own little niche. Whereas if you just eliminate that whole bullshit and you just go to life in prison for a crime, if you're exonerated, boom, you're fine. Because there's so many instances in the news where like a guy was like tried in like 1965 for like a rape murder case.
What does exonerated mean?
Exonerated means like you're later found to be proven innocent.
Oh, okay.
So so like if like especially like in like the early times before DNA and all that BS, like stuff that people get life in prison for. Imagine how many instances before that where someone was actually innocent of a crime but they actually died, but there was no way to prove it because technology was so limited back then. So I just think that you're better. Okay, my bad.
So 4% is either innocent or exonerated, but 96% deserve to be there.
Yeah, that's from what I saw.
Yeah. But
this is like if you have to have. It's the highest tier of punishment. You have the most highest tier of level of getting people in there. So my point is, if it's not 100% perfect, there's no coming back from it. You're dead. So I'm just saying like it's better safe than sorry than to kill someone even though you have a high percentage of them.
Yeah.
So that's my point.
Say we do put them into prison, and so those who we would put on death row, would they get sentenced to life but not be able to be let out early? Because some people get sentenced to life and then be able to like get out if they've been like good.
But it depends on whatever case it is. So if it's like some fucking Texas Chainsaw Murderer,
right?
I'm pretty sure they give him like 75 concurrent life on purpose just to make sure that they don't But if it's like just like some weird shady I shot this guy and I stole his everything and if it's like some weird like mushy shit like that, then maybe probably like 75 to life in prison. And if he actually lives for that 75 years, he probably will get released. But I don't know.
Okay. And then there's and then people that want to be executed, do we give them the choice to like die? Because some people will try to shoot themselves after they commit these murders or like huge like shootings. But like if we don't kill them, if they don't kill themselves, do they have the option to be killed?
I don't think they have like under the court of law. I don't think they have like a choice of I want to go to death row. I don't. I think they just the law is blind and they just
because some people don't want to spend the rest of their lives in prison, and then they end up usually just hanging themselves.
So you have to have like I don't know some like mental watch or something like that, see what they're going on.
So what do people have to do to even be on death row?
I think it depends on which state you're in. I don't know about Minnesota, but I know like in the southern states like Texas or some shit, you can like if you commit murder or no, I think it's capital murder, which I think a capital murder is a rape and a murder at the same time. I think I don't know if I'm true.
Like Ted Bundy
and like that book I told you guys about.
Yeah.
Where he was falsely accused.
Yeah.
So those actions would lead to death penalty, but why do you feel that it's unethical or not morally correct
it's just a contradiction. It's a contradiction. You kill someone and you get killed for it. It's a cycle of bullshit. People always use the argument of, it's a deterrent. No, it's not. People still kill each other. If a person isn't in a right state of mind if they say, you know what, I'm going to kill someone today. But oh no, I don't want to get the death penalty. Like that doesn't go through their fucking head, Like they're already mentally warped in the first place. So no one's gonna be in the right state of mind of like, all right, so today I'm gonna go kill someone, but I don't know. I'm in Texas and I might get killed for it. No one's thinking that. They just do shit. So I don't know. Sorry for swearing so much, but
it's okay, dude.
Yeah, that's my point. Did I change your thoughts a little bit?
I'm still indifferent.
Like, because you don't care. You just don't care.
I mean, but like, if someone, I feel like, you know, as karma works, what goes around comes around. If you kill someone, I feel like you should deserve death penalty. Whether you were like intentionally trying to fucking target some people, or like
who are we to say? Like what if in that case, the details of that case were super shady, super messed up. But from like, let's say if it was someone that you knew got killed, like emotionally, you'd be so attached to get that person, you know, like revenge for the justice has to prevail. But then let's say like 20 years down the line, they found out, some random other guy, and they just blamed him for it because he was like some black guy, you know?
This is why I feel like I cannot say anything about it, because I haven't been in the shoes of people that are killing people, and in the shoes of people that are seeking revenge, you know, like, because that's real shit. Like, that's them in the moment. Their emotions are getting the best of them, and it's really, really fucking hard to not go after. Imagine you live in a ghetto ass neighborhood where gang culture is prominent, and somebody kills your fucking brother.
You're gonna want to see justice.
And all you've grown up with is the hood, the gang, repping your family, repping your gang. So are you gonna? You don't know any better, you know. You're gonna go and fucking try to kill this other guy, and if you get, and then it's I feel like it's just a cycle, and I cannot speak about it because I haven't experienced it like single-handedly, and so,
it's a tough question. I know, I get it.
So like the justice system, people always ask, is the justice system corrupt? Is it not? I feel like there are people in our government and justice system that really do try their best to serve justice in the right way and in the best way that they can. But obviously there's a lot of instances that we do hear about at the same time where we hear about racism and people, what's that beep?
I don't know.
And we hear about like different types of people being discriminated against just because,
or like the bulk of all the punishment being weighed down on a certain subset of people.
Right.
Because I think like fact check me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like people of color, so black people, Latinos, Asian people, Native Americans, make up like 75-80% of the prison population. Or no, like 70, whatever, in the low 70s of the prison population, even though they make up like 20%, 30% of the actual population of the U.S. That's obvious. Like, and if you want to use the argument of like, oh, well, they do the crime, it's like, no, they don't. So
there's definitely flaws to the justice system. So
there's flaws to all systems.
All systems. The whole world is flawed.
Not only they're fraudulent and corrupt.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to fix a problem when it's so complicated.
That's why we need, good leaders. Good leaders to get elected and have,
Yeah.
But
okay.
That
next topic.
Okay. What are they doing over in Sweden or over in Europe and over in Finland? Because I went over there this summer, and it's just a peaceful ass place, man.
Because
there are like bad things over there, but for the most part, like they have a really great reputation. Their city is clean as hell, and there doesn't seem to be much crime. Like, oh my goodness, I was at the marketplace, and like vendors would just have their things like out in front, and like they were all the way at the other side, and like they weren't of like their shop, It was like a busy street, and they had stuff outside, but they were inside the store. So in America, shit would be being stolen like, from left to right, but there, like people just trust, I guess, and I didn't see anybody steal. So
I don't know because maybe because in the U.S. you have like generations of like unchecked capitalism where people are like, oh, let's make profits, let's make money, let's move to a big city and let's go make the best of our lives, and you have like our government not paying attention to like our sciences or our education systems and all that BS. And you have these countries in like Sweden and Denmark and Norway and whatever, they actually have genuine care for their education systems, for actually, instead of, locking people in a cage for 25 years for having marijuana, they actually want to rehabilitate people.
Yeah.
And this is different and they have like really, really good social safety net programs where instead of having a person that, has low income and having them, and they'll pull up yourself by the bootstraps, as they like to say in like the US, like they actually want to help them be more productive in society.
I think the jail there is like a hotel,
because they actually want to help you.
Yeah, exactly.
They actually want you to be productive in society, whereas in the US, you do something bad, you're literally gonna be locked up forever or for whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just different cultures, different times, different people.
Yep, different circumstances.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I don't know. It's just,
you
guys
always
hope, but whatever.
Do we think we have more to contribute to this conversation, or should we move on to the next topic?
We should move on.
Probably. I don't know.
All right. So, this is pretty good. Jump in. With all the crime and everything, and all the drugs involved with crime, do you think we should? What do you think we should do with the legalization of drugs, and where should we move with that?
I mean, obviously you want to start off slow, maybe, because like I think it's like class 1 level drugs are like heroin, meth, but they also have marijuana in the same league as them, where it's like obviously like smoking weed doesn't make you fucking scratch your arm until you fucking bleed like meth does, Probably want to start off like legalizing that, and plus you can always profit if you legalize, tax, and regulate marijuana. You can also have like exactly what's happening in Colorado. Like their GDP is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Because every block you go in Colorado, you can literally see a fucking marijuana dispensary, and they can make money off of that. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
I think we should legalize drugs to an extent, like marijuana. Obviously, marijuana is a safer drug than like heroin, because in my opinion, alcohol is way more dangerous than marijuana. That's for sure.
100%.
But to like legalize heroin and like crack cocaine, like I think that would pollute the society. Like for like their behavior, their mental like thoughts. I feel like that would pollute.
Here's the thing, our society is already polluted. There's already people already doing that, regardless if it's legal or not. So. Like I know like in some European countries, I don't know exactly, you actually have I think it's in Portugal, you actually have like legal places where you can buy heroin and safe injection sites and you have like therapists and like actual physicians there assisting them with them clean needles.
So wait, I think it's like in a perfect society, like I don't know if this is how it is, but it's definitely, I think it would be illegal still. But if you're on it, then they would have, like the government would pay for like rehab sites where they host you and they have a way of actually getting you back on track. And I don't know where I heard this from, but I heard somewhere, forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's where they actually give you drugs until you want to quit. I have no clue where that is. I didn't do my research, but that's what I heard. Like, do you think that would help?
I think if you like, I don't want to act like I'm like a smart ass, but like, if all drugs were legalized, taxed, and regulated, under like certain restrictions. I know that's annoying. With certain restrictions on it, there's so much shit that'd be eliminated. Like cartels, all these, drug crime syndicates and shit like that would be, because why the hell would Kevin Tran want to buy 5 pounds of marijuana from some sketchy guy in a back alley? But you can go to CVS, but you can go to Walgreens, but you can go to whatever, all these actual companies that actually sell that shit,
Yeah.
It would eliminate so many, I feel like the crime would go down too.
I mean, people can buy bulk amount of drugs and then sell for cheaper. And then create like a kind of a black market in a way of selling that in a cheaper state, because then people would be like,
how would they make profits then? If you think about it, if you buy a pound of marijuana for, let's say, $10,
how can like the cartel or gangs profit off of cheaper products? I feel like it takes time, but it's a long run game. If they dominate the market. Because people will gradually like find out like they sell for cheaper, and then.
But think about it. If you just think about that on then you have to apply that to everything. Then, oh, you want to get cookies? You can sell cookies for instead of $1, you can sell it for $50, and you have like a cartel. It's like
That's possible, yeah.
But no one does it.
Because
it's stupid. Because why the hell would anyone? If you can get it available readily, perfectly, safely, securely from one company, why the hell would you bother getting it 30 cents cheaper from some random guy in a back alley?
That's
what I mean? That's my point.
Yeah.
It's like if it was legalized, taxed, and regulated and sold by a bunch of companies, no one would ever bother.
So it's good economically, and it would bring
crime down. But people don't have that. They don't have that conversation.
Would addiction go up or would it go down?
I don't know.
I feel like it would go up. Because it's so available to the public that they can just buy it, use it, and get hooked.
I feel like it would go down.
Yeah, I feel like it would go down.
Why is that?
Do you think a lot of people were seeking alcohol during the prohibition?
Oh yeah.
Perfect example. Because in prohibition, when you had when they what was it? I think it was like 19th, 20th Amendment where it made alcohol illegal, and then you had mafia syndicates that made their own bootleg alcohol.
Al Capone.
Oh yeah, whatever. I think was it Al Capone? I think it was some random other people. I think Al Capone was more like in like insurance fraud and shit like that.
Oh,
but,
okay, never mind.
No, I don't know. Probably was. I don't know. But what's it called? Like you had these like mafia syndicates selling bootleg alcohol. Like that are made in their bathtubs, and like they're super unsafe, and they kill people, and like
with like
poop. Exactly. 100%. But they just want to make money.
Right.
Whereas then one amendment later, they had to make nullify that amendment to make alcohol legal, because if people are gonna buy it regardless whether it's legal or not. It's whether you want to make it safe for consumption and have physicians.
Oh snap! This is great because for someone like me and you, Kevin, who were introduced to alcohol earlier on. And we learned how alcohol works, and now it's like we have access to alcohol. Yes, we're still underage, but we don't. At least I don't feel the need to ever go out and get drunk like a college student does. Whereas my cousin, who was like seriously deprived of all of her freedoms of going out in high school, and once she went to college, like she fucking went wild, If you're watching this, girl, you know who you are, and goddamn, you drink a lot. But yeah, she drinks a fucking lot, man. And do you think that? I think that has a big role. If people have something taken away from them, they're gonna want it more. Whereas if it's just available, people can learn it's like not as like.
And if they could safely consume it at the same time, like imagine if alcohol right now wasn't legal. And you had all these college students getting lit, but they're drinking this bootleg shitty alcohol that could probably fucking kill you, like chemicals and shit, and not regulated by the FDA at all. You have no type of oversight. You just have people drinking it for the fuck of it. Wouldn't that be like kind of fucked up and dangerous?
Yeah.
Now be principled in your analysis and apply that to drugs, because alcohol and drugs are basically the same shit. They both are really harmful. Apply it to drugs.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to the person and the environment. Like, I mean, if you grew up in like a more of a conservative environment, I don't think you'll seek that desire to look for drugs or alcohol as much as.
We don't want to generalize.
Well, you mean but like typically conservatives don't seek that, whereas if you're more exposed to.
I don't think that.
I know a lot of situations where I know the type of people that you're talking about, like well-off people. Okay, I know a lot of well-off teenagers in high school and college who feel the need to fucking drink their lives away because they are so depressed that their daddy handed them everything and they never worked for anything in their lives. There's also that.
I'm just rooting it all back to the root thing. Is that you have so many other outside, cartels and syndicates and all that bullshit trying to profit off of this. If you made it legal, tax, regulate it, and have, regular corporations sell it, have it regulated by the FDA, have doctors and physicians and all that, actually like be a part of this, you would eliminate so many situations where You know, like what's happening in Mexico right now, where literally like a few months ago they had like a standoff because El Chapo's son was. You heard that story, right? El Chapo's son was because El Chapo's in prison. His son was arrested by like the Mexican army or some shit, and then the cartels literally in one city massacred people, fucked people in the middle of the streets, just killed everyone, and they forced the Mexican army to hand over. A cartel forced the actual army to hand over their son because they have so much power and there's so much leverage, you know, because they lobby to the Mexican government too. They have so much power and they can levy that over anyone. If you legalized tax and regulated it, you would eliminate all that bullshit.
Do you think if Mexico legalized all that shit right now, the cartel would just disappear?
I wouldn't say they would disappear, but they would have, because their primary source of income is selling drugs. If you don't have to go to some cartel guy to get some fucking weed, you could probably go to some fucking CVS store and get some weed. There's no need, you know. So I feel like we're going in a circle now, but like, I feel like now you get my point.
Yeah. Yeah. So raise your hand if you feel like legalization of drugs is a good thing.
Economically, yes.
No, just generally.
Just generally, yeah.
Is it a benefit or?
I'm like indifferent because like I think it's smart to legalize it because like Abby said, it would get rid of like all the gangs and shit, but
no, and it would make it safer.
Safer in a way, but like,
in a way,
but drugs are still dangerous. Like
so is alcohol.
Exactly,
and alcohol is legal. That's my point.
Yeah, but it creates like alcoholics, a lot of fucking problems in like family homes or like drunk driving.
Hey, but do you think
it's still there? It's not gonna
be there if it was illegal.
Yeah, but it'll be there if legalized or illegal. So
why not make it economically, profitable and
decrease crime.
Safer and decrease crime in the process if it's gonna be there anyways? That's my point. It makes sense. I don't know. I don't want to.
It is scary. Like I do understand Kevin's side. Like it is scary if like there's a bunch of crack or like if crack and heroin are like starting to, if they were to be legalized, there is a fear, that there's just going to be a bunch of crackhead and heroin addicts everywhere.
But I hate this. I hate that line of thinking because like people always demonize these drugs, but you can literally get some Oxycontin and some Xanax, but that's fine. And people can get elected because like opioids fucking kill so many. Our fucking life expectancy like from the last 5 years like dropped like crazy because of this opioid epidemic. You have these pharmaceutical companies just pumping these shits out and making hella money off of them. But you can't smoke some fucking crack. It's like you're already fucking addicted to something like it anyway. So like it's just I don't know. It's just
I get it.
It's just because like,
priorities, man.
Those drugs have been given such a bad name.
Yeah.
And so they have a scary
appeal to them. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. But I mean, that's just society, though. I'm talking about them. If you look at it objectively, it makes sense. That's my 2 cents. That's all I'm trying to say.
All right,
I get it.
All right, legalization, is it good or bad? You let us know in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. If you made it this far into the podcast, let's go. High five.
A little kiss.
What are we going to talk about next? We're going to talk about porn. Now, this is a little touchy subject, but we want to share our thoughts and I feel like the most weirdest topics, and not weird, but the most controversial topics can lead to the best discussions. Yeah. And so the question is porn cheating, guys?
For me, I think so in a way, not like.
Abdi's ready to talk.
Yeah, but
you go. You got your point.
Yeah, in a way, it's cheating because you are getting off to other people. If you were in like a relationship, like it's not like your spouse, so it's like a naked woman or man, and you are turned on by their actions or how they look and how they behave on camera, and it's like in a formal way of faithfully cheating.
You're mentally cheating on them.
Mentally cheating, yes.
Okay. Interesting.
That's so stupid though. Okay. Because like, people mentally cheat all the time. Like you cannot tell me that you haven't saw like a girl and said, "Oh, she's hot."
Yeah.
I'd like to. My bad. You cannot tell me that you haven't saw a girl and like, fuck, okay, that's good. And like you thought about doing something.
Yeah, I mean. Everyone has, yeah.
I don't want to have that in the camera's way.
Oh,
That's
true.
the reason I had like that.
Okay.
But like, you know, if you think about it objectively, again, if you look at it from a third person point of view, and you see yourself in a room watching porn, all you're doing is just on your phone. If you think about it like that, and that's my point. You're not actually cheating, though. Mm-hmm. You're not actually cheating. That's my point.
So, but what is cheating?
In my opinion, cheating is betraying your partner, like betraying her trust, either by being with someone else, or talking with someone else, or doing an action that she wouldn't like. But if you're just fucking masturbating,
what if your spouse doesn't want you to watch porn?
Is that a deal breaker for you, Abdi?
No, what the yes, what the fuck?
It is?
Yes. Let me do what I could not. If someone's that controlling, you cannot watch porn. Then what else? I can't fucking go on Instagram and like a picture of someone.
What if it's important to them? Different people have different values.
Yeah.
I have my own values too.
Okay, yeah, and I respect your porn ways.
Hey, bro, it's just a fucking video. I can't stand old people that are like, oh, porn is bad. I can't.
So, are you thinking cheating in a way of like a physical
and like via text if you're like chopping up with someone else, or if you're actually like directly going against the good wishes of your partner, if you're like chopping up with the girl on Snapchat, or if you're actually making plans to go on like a date with someone else, like shit like that, and you actually have sex with someone else or something like that.
That's cheating.
That's actually cheating.
Yeah.
But if you're fucking watching porn and you're mentally, imagining yourself in a situation in that porn video and you're getting off to that idea, how the fuck is that cheating? You're just orgasming, bro.
But my rebuttal is that what if third point of view, you flirting with the girl, it's just you on the phone texting away.
Yeah. I mean, no, but here's the action, though, because you're communicating with the other person. Uh-huh. Yeah, of course, objectively, you're tapping on her phone, but I mean, you're still communicating with her. You're still talking with her.
Yeah.
Just not directly.
But
what?
I think flirting with someone and jerking off releases similar chemicals in your brain.
Oh my God, you're literally you're taking it way.
If your spouse doesn't want you to watch porn or like jerk off to naked girls or pictures.
If they actually say, sorry for interrupting, but if they actually say explicitly, I think it's cheating if you watch porn. Please do not watch porn. Then yeah, in that situation it is. But in most normal fucking relationships where people actually watch porn, I don't think that should be considered cheating. Because you're not cheating. You're just watching porn. You're watching a video of people fucking.
Okay, so we know that Abdi thinks that watching porn is not cheating. Kevin, what's your opinion on this?
In a way.
In a way, it's cheating. And
I still don't see what way.
And for me, I'm kind of in between, because I'm more interested in, if you watch porn and you're in a relationship, does it decrease the amount of intimacy in your relationship, or does it change the way you have sex? I'm more intrigued about that. And that will help me make the decision of, is porn cheating or not? Because if the research shows that watching porn decreases intimacy, then I won't want to, And if it changes the way I think about sex, then I don't want to, because I want to have the best.
But the question is it cheating? Is it cheating? Are you cheating on your significant other if you watch porn?
Okay. If we think about it that way, I like what Kevin said about, I like what you said about, if somebody asks you, if your spouse asks you not to watch it, obviously,
that is
you watch it, and it's cheating if you watch it. But I know in a lot of relationships, people do use porn to get off when they don't have the other person there with them. And if they're both okay with it, then it's not cheating. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's just in everybody's individual situation.
Exactly.
It's yes or no, because I have friends that are in a relationship and they use porn all the time, and I have friends who are in a relationship and it's like no, like that's not even a thing. Like even like looking at other girls or guys, they get
mad at each other
and jealous.
I mean, I don't know.
So it's like there's a bunch of people out there, like, and a lot of people think differently. So we can't really. All we can do is share our own opinions. You know.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It depends on the situation.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
But you can just have argument for some other stuff too. Like, oh yeah, if you're in a relationship with a girl and she says, "Don't eat fucking broccoli. If you eat broccoli, I'm gonna break up with you."
Yeah, and break up with her. That's okay.
Or and you can't do that, or like, hey, or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Hey,
I might be straying a little too
No,
far.
and you don't have to date her. If she doesn't want you to eat broccoli, I think that's a little extreme.
I know,
You just break up with her.
I mean, you could. I'm just applying that. Okay, whatever.
And how important porn is to an individual will gauge if they need to break up over that or not.
Whatever.
Yeah, if porn is really important to you, then yeah, break up with that girl, you know. But
Yeah, okay.
so everyone's fucking different.
Yeah. I don't even know how Kevin even thought about this situation. Like this.
Because like my previous relationship, it was like
Really frowned upon?
no, it wasn't frowned upon. It was like brought up like so like there's like I was like so I watched porn and she was like you're fantasizing about other girls and getting off to them. And
So she wanted you to feel guilty about it.
yeah, so it was like
Yeah.
I saw. I was like, in a way, I was like kind of cheating because I was like fantasizing about girls and like imagining me in that situation or finding it really attractive, and it might change my ways of how I approach like sex or something like that. So I saw like how she thought that it was in a way of cheating, but physically it was not cheating at all. It was just me watching porn, but faithfully, mentally, I see it. So.
Do you think it tainted your relationship? Or do you think it
It negatively impacted.
Yeah, because when you watch porn, you're always